I went to the Romney Report. I come across this article. Blagojevich on going to prison. Hardest thing I've ever had to do. Chicago. The day before, he reports to prison to begin a 14-year sentence. Former Governor Rod Blagojevich said, "This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do." Speaking for about 12 minutes outside his Ravenwood house, Blagojevich said he tried to avoid thinking about the time he is facing in prison, even with only hours left to surrender to federal authorities. "Tomorrow, saying goodbye to Patty and my kids will be the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I've been putting off the thought about what that is going to be like. I can't even think about it now," he said. Standing next to his wife Patty, Blagojevich expressed a sense of regret, but insisted he's always believed he's acted on the right side of the law. Yes, I will link up this article for your reading pleasure. To be honest with you, this is exactly why I'm reading this blog, or actually I should say reading this article and doing this blog. It's because he said, I've always acted on the right side of the law. Well, if you had always acted on the right side of the law, you wouldn't be going to prison. Your children wouldn't have to have. You think that you, seriously, you think that you know, it really does, sometimes when people say stuff, it really does aggravate me when I see the selfishness behind what they say. When he said, hold on a sec, Patty and my kids, saying goodbye to Patty and my kids will be the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I've been putting off the thought about what it is going to be like. I can't even think about it now. You know what? Your kids are the ones that you should be thinking about. Not whether your thoughts of whether you're, oh man, it frustrates the living snot right out of me, I have to admit. Those kids are going to have to live with the thought of watching their father go to prison for the rest of their life. They're going to have to say goodbye to their father for 14 years. Well, could get a reduced sentence for good behavior. But you know what? If you were on the right side of the law, they wouldn't have to be experiencing that. No, that would not have to have been an event in their life. That's why I said that kind of stuff frustrates the hell out of me. But seriously, Blago, if you don't want to go to prison, why don't you start talking about all the things that you know about that people don't want known? Yeah. And then maybe you can make some sort of arrangement, some sort of deal that will keep your ass out of jail. An event your kids won't have to witness. Because really, when it boils down to this whole thing, it's not you that's going to prison for 14 years. It's your children that are going to prison for 14 years. They're the ones that are not going to be experiencing their father being home. Yes, stop being so damn selfish. Well, I'm Tim Donovan, and I'm on the right. You want to know where I am? Just look to the right. You're going to see me on the right side of Kennybunk.